Vikasji, thank you for joining Motor India's coverage here at ACMA Automechanika 2026. Let's start with the broader perspective of what is Velvex's vision here when it wants to showcase all the product range here under one umbrella, and then we'll talk about the aftermarket. But let's understand what is your communication ambition.
So in terms of the communication, we are majorly always been a B2B player. We are now also focusing a lot on our B2C brand as well, where we've spent good amounts of money to make our presence being felt. We've changed our entire lineup where we've got new containers, we've gone for new label designs, we've also signed up with Lucknow Super Giants as an IPL partner recently. So we're putting in a lot of efforts now to invest in the brand to get our on-ground presence to be felt as well, through dealer boards, through our dealer networks, etc. as well.
Vikasji, since this show is the biggest show or the grandest show for ACMA Automechanika Aftermarket, what is your focus as a company and what are you trying to communicate in terms of aftermarket potential of Indian automotive?
See, for Nandan Group and the Velvex brand, we are a very large player in terms of the lubricant space, and we actually manufacture lubricants for a lot of automotive companies as well as the OEMs. We have our own brand Velvex as well. So in both of these we are actually doing really well. Now coming specifically to ACMA, one of the reasons why we have a presence here is because we feel that there are a lot of people who come and visit here, and we can then actually showcase our products and our strengths, and this is a great place to quickly meet everybody in the industry. So let's say we've been here, I think came in around 11 o'clock today. It's now 4 p.m. In 4 or 5 hours I must have met at least 20-25 people from the past. We've also met some of our customers, etc. So it's a great place to interact. Everybody comes together, and it's very efficient, let's say, in terms of time and space. Now coming back to the aftermarket per se, it is my view that the aftermarket potential over the next few years in this country is going to explode. So if you look at what was in the past 15 years, if we have done a bit of growth, that growth is going to be 2x or 3x in the next 15 years. And therefore, we have to really be ready to, manage that growth and ready to take advantage of that growth. To take advantage of the growth, like what Varun just said, we are actually investing in new factories for, let's say, we are the largest manufacturer on AdBlue or DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. We now have 25 factories across the country. We are actually expanding our footprint on lubricants as well. Over the next 12 to 18 months, we are going to spend a significant amount of money, and I don't want to put it in rupees crores, in expanding our plant. So we are actually taking more space. We have ordered a few high-speed lines to take care of the growth that is going to come. So we are becoming a little bit more future ready, because we believe that this aftermarket will expand, and to take advantage of that growth that we can see, we are actually becoming future ready, and we are putting our money where our mouth is in terms of actually spending monies on that.
And Varun, would you want to add here in terms of your focus, since it's also on OEMs, of course, for them the capacity expansion and all, and then of course, as you mentioned about the aftermarket. So where is the focus?
So focus for us is of course our brand Velvex. While we have been a major B2B player all our lives, like Vikas mentioned, we are focusing our efforts on B2C as on today. Like Vikas said, we are investing in our factories, we are investing in our brand to get ready for the future. We are also taking a lot of efforts to meet all the compliance requirements that are also coming in with the developing markets as on today, be it in our factory, be it in our packing material as well, being with the new lubricating oils as well. We are meeting all the requirements that are coming up, be it the new grades of engine oils, be it the new packaging material requirements that are coming up. There is PCR compliance that needs to be met. So we are complying with that on a readily platform even before the requirement comes in. So, the focus is B2C, automotive, industrial, both are our major focus to us. And being over here gives us an advantage to meet new partners as well, to help us take Velvex brand to a step forward.
Vikasji, this being the largest aftermarket show, and the industry is also moving towards being regulated, getting more organized. What are some of the key changes or megatrends that you see would affect you, or are you preparing for?
See, megatrends, if you really look at it, in our country, is largely moving from being informal to formal. Yeah, so there's a formalization that is happening, there's a corporatization that is happening, standardization that is happening. So, and there will be a lot more in terms of environmental compliance, etc., etc. So whether it is our factories which have to really, you know, comply with stringent norms, whether it's our products which have to comply with all the various standards that are there in the industry, cars are getting complex. So therefore, obviously, the fluids getting into them will be, you know, the demands for the fluid is much more. So really, you know, the manufacturing practices have to be future ready.
Yeah.
The compliances for that have to be future ready. Your products have to be future ready. For example, you know, a lot of us in lubricants would be working on the 20Ws and the 15Ws. There is now, let's say, the 10Ws and the 5Ws which are suddenly becoming mainstream. But in our product portfolio, we even have 0Ws.
Yeah.
Now the 0Ws today would be less than 1 or 2% of the market. But frankly, in the next 5 years, they will be 10% of the market. So you really need to be up there first, you know. So that is what we are doing on the product side. Varun spoke about us putting investment on the factory side. We are also investing a lot on our people. So in terms of expanding our sales teams, expanding our footprint with distributors, training, digitization, a lot of that is all there, yeah.
Given the potential that we see not just in OEMs but also, as you mentioned, the B2C and the aftermarket space, what excites you for the aftermarket space? And generally, if you would want to map down, say, year 2026, what are you looking forward to?
Right. So in terms of excitement, the new demand that is coming in, the new wave of spending that's coming into the economy as on today, be it in the motor segment, be it in the vehicle segment, be it in the commercial segment as well, the GST reduction has really given growth into this market. We see that a lot of customers are going out there, buying the right products, wanting the right products, wanting, it's moving away from a commodity to customer wanting to select the right quality, wanting to select the product. Social media has given us a good platform as on today to be able to reach out to the customer. It is not the traditional way of doing business. There are various new aspects where we can communicate. ACMA is one of those platforms that helps us communicate to a wider audience. But social media also plays a big role. In that scope, also, I would like to add that for AdBlue, we were the first people to start the dispensing infrastructure in the country. We were the first people to bring in a dispenser and a tanking system to the end customer to give them that flexibility. So we are customer first. We are wanting to understand what the customer needs, and we want to be there available for them, be it in the lubricants or the AdBlue space as well.
And from your side, since we also focus on aftermarket here, and as we spoke at Excon, you had specific products for the construction market. Here, product segment wise, across oil, lubricants, and even AdBlue, do you have any new products or launches or any variant that you want to highlight here? And what can the customer look forward to as a promise from Nandan Velvex?
So we relaunched our brand Velvex around 12 months ago, and so in my mind there is not too much that we really want to put more into that, because we did a complete study and we've actually, the product portfolio is future ready for the next 12 to 18 months. As we speak, we are doing a review and we will see whether there is anything else that is coming in. So at least on the lubricant side, it really, goes with vehicle technology. So as IC engines move, as vehicle technology moves, you will really need to do that. Now you're saying what is the new space that is coming? Is largely in battery thermal fluid management, but that is again very nascent. Yeah. But like I said, you have to be future ready, so you have to be in some of those parts. Hybrid engines for vehicles need a slightly different there's a lot more focus now on transmission, powertrain, greases, etc. So those are things which will become slightly more important as we go to EVs, because torque is very different over there. So those are, but I wouldn't call it like a wholesale change. Those are nuances of the market, and we are ready for the nuances, so that's fine.
And while you bolster your existing product portfolio and range, how is the on-ground distribution network, the channel partners supported in terms of availability of goods? We spoke in the conference as well, where people expect us.
So let me take that question. So over the last 6 to 9 months, we've expanded our footprint quite a lot. We anyway had 200 plus distributors in the year April 25-26 to begin with. We are now at around 270. So we have aggressively increased our distribution. for example, we were always very strong in the states of UP, but now if you look at we have done a core strategy. So let's say the Hindi speaking belt is what I call my core markets, and in the core markets we have expanded aggressively. So and we are also then growing. We are spending money disproportionately in the Hindi speaking belt and core markets, and we are also growing disproportionately in these belts. So wherever we focus, we are doing well. And given the fact that we are a nascent brand, we are going to be spending our monies wisely and in a very, very focused manner, and not really spreading it all around.
Any closing remark from your side? When you mentioned brilliantly about wherever you focus, you excel.
Right.
Would it also mean new packaging style, new delivery statements in terms of what customers think?
So for us, we are looking at a mechanic first approach as well, where we are coming up with a new mechanic app. We have launched it very recently, so we believe that having an on ground scheme as well and an incentive program helps the customer get the right product, because in the Indian market the mechanic is the decision maker for the lubricating oil. So we are doing that. Like I already mentioned, social media marketing is something which we'll be aggressively looking at using as well to increase our footprint digitally as well, other than having our billboards and on-ground activities which have to be aggressively taken up as well. So like Vikas said, we are a small brand, but we need to be able to compete and be available and help our distributors grow their business. The main aspect is to handhold our distributors to expand their business for them to feel associated with this brand as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Lovely interacting with you on this topic here at ACMA Automechanika. Wish you all the best for the rest of the days as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.